Welcome to Key Roots, the key roots of sex addiction. My name is Collin. And it wasn't too long ago when I was working with my guide on my recovery work, and we were discussing the topic of spirituality, and with my logical engineering mindset, immediately I began questioning his reason for why we were doing what we were doing. We ended up in a full-scale argument, spending the entire hour going back and forth, but never really doing the work. I left that session feeling pretty frustrated because we hadn't made any real progress. The next week, we met again to continue, but this time I did the same thing. I started arguing. I was focused again on questioning why we were doing what we were doing. His reasoning just didn't make sense to me. We once again spent most of the hour spinning our wheels, but this time my guide had had enough. He stopped me and said, "Knock it off." Then he explained something that completely shifted my perspective. He told me that knowledge isn't what gets us clean, not intellectual knowledge, at least. He said we do the work because when we're doing it, we often have an experience. It's not always about logic. It's more about something spiritual. Just the other day, I was listening to a book, and the author used the phrase intuitive experience. The author explained that we live in a vacuum of information, and as humans, we have two ways of tapping into it. One way is through the intellect, our logical cause and effect understanding. The intellect helps us make sense of things in concrete, measurable ways, but we also have the ability to tap into this stream of information using our intuition, which is just as accurate, but works in less logical, more abstract ways. The problem in the Western world is we tend to rely more on our intellect, which can lead us to make faulty conclusions simply because we don't have all of the information. But if we develop our intuition, we can be more accurate and make faster, deeper changes in our lives because we don't need all of the information. I bring this up because many people in recovery, especially those who don't connect with spiritual language, may be put off by words like God or spiritual experience. But here's the thing, we don't have to think of it that way. Instead, think of it as developing your intuition. If you see your recovery work as a way to tap into this deeper part of yourself, it can feel a lot more positive and valuable. A lot of times I'll have conversations with people I work with, asking them to say the first thing that comes to their mind. You wouldn't believe how much insight you can get just by doing that. It's incredible how much we can learn about ourselves when we give our intuition space to speak. And that's what I want you to try. When you do your recovery work, don't do it just to check it off the list. Do it with the intention of seeing what comes into your mind. Often, the thoughts or insights that arise are exactly what you need to hear, whether they're directly related to your recovery or not. So here's my challenge to you. When you do your work and experience this intuitive thinking, share your thoughts with someone. And if you don't have anyone to share them with, come join us in the Key Roots recovery groups. We'd love to hear your insights. Our groups are all about creating a safe space for each other to grow, share, support one another. You don't have to do this alone. Come be part of something that will help you deepen your recovery and maybe even your intuition too.